I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
I find it kind of hilarious that we whipped the hell out of Great Evil King and he is no longer abusive. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So we are still continuing our quest to get all the bosses unlocked. Trojan Charms are pretty good for selling for money. It's like 3,000 gold.
Should sell the debuff and stun charms.
Stun Charms I'm gonna keep just because I'm... damn it!
Oh.
That's worth spending money on. Like, I probably should have sold out my entire inventory, but whatever.
No, just...
We'll just have to wait like 5 months to get it.
I mean, as I said before, when the Nomad wagon was introduced, I've literally never bought anything from the Nomad wagon. So, I mean, getting trinkets is not hard to do.
I think when I was doing these recordings, I was trying to validate it. I was really trying hard, because in my personal file, that was the only way I got my Profane Scroll for the alternate Vestal build. But 25,000 for a healing accessory, damn!
Yeah, I feel you really need to max out the Nomad wagon discount before it even becomes reasonable to buy anything.
Yeah, I honestly think the Nomad wagon is meant to be a late game completionist thing, because it really doesn't.
Yeah.
You really can't quote-unquote sequence break your progress in this game because of how ill-balanced the Nomad wagon's prices are. And you need those crests for something else, like blacksmithing and getting recruits to higher levels. But yeah, if you're new to the game, taking a look at this now, you'll notice that the Cove has a yellow mission. That's yellow, right? I'm not colorblind, right?
It's yellowish orange, I guess.
Yeah, basically. That is a medium... Well, that is a veteran mission, not champion.
Yes.
Veteran is basically hero level 3 to 4. And while we don't have anything like that yet, we do have heroes that could possibly do that with some modicum of skill. And I could do that because that one specifically has a charm that gives, I believe, protection to the abomination. However, I figure might as well just get more money, because I kind of want to see if I could grab that Profane Scroll. Or not Profane Scroll, Sacred Scroll. Though I'm also pretty sure I'm going to spin myself into a hole here.
I'm really surprised you don't just like look for who you're actually bringing and then upgrade them. Like, I guess that's kind of what you're doing now, but yeah.
When I'm preparing, I'm always a little bit like slow to the uptake of what I want to upgrade. I should. No, the big mistake I'm making is I'm using Great Evil King as a. There we go.
It all worked out.
The hook skill I had before was not the pulling one, it was the bleed one, and that's why I couldn't use it last time.
Yeah.
And last video I think we said that you can only use that in rank 2 and below. That's wrong. That thing could be used from rank 1 to 3, and it's intended to be rank 1 to 3. Right now I'm just kind of looking, I got a little extra money, let's put someone in and let's improve someone. But I'm very indecisive what I want to do. However, someone in the thread was actually asking how does Deathblow work, and I believe, coincidentally, I'm going to be putting Voltic Surge in the Asylum to reinforce his Deathblow resistance.
Okay.
So, the thing about Deathblow is that every character has a flat 67% chance to resist death. This is not affected in any way whatsoever, barring two things: traits and accessories. Oh. I guess Lash is getting better speed. I eventually put Voltic in the Asylum for that trait. But with Deathblow, if you ever get anything that increases your resistance, like 10% versus... like the 10% versus trait or the or an accessory that increases death blow resist. You could change your ability to resist death from 1/3 to 1/5 chance of dying, which is pretty substantial, to be quite frank.
Yeah, and some people in the thread I noticed were talking about in early access being able to get 100% death blow resistance.
Yeah, I don't remember ever doing that, but I think that was when I never used the Jester because I thought it was hot garbage.
Well, I think, and I'm emphasizing that I think this because I played after this fix was implemented. Basically, you could equip 2 of the same trinkets on a single character, so you could stack up 2 death blow resist trinkets plus any traits they get.
Yeah, that's probably the only way they would do it, because I don't.
Yeah.
Because I honestly never tried double stacking accessories until a really recent glitch I got where one of the town events is basically getting a character back from death, and that cloned the healing head I got. And I thought, wow, I could have 66% healing. This is incredible. Turns out I can't carry 2 heads with me.
Yeah.
So I think that was honestly a good design choice just in terms of general game design, because that's some fucking exploitative shit right there.
Yeah. And I mean, it's already ridiculous enough to have a man-at-arms wearing 2 eye patches.
Yeah, that's a good point. Wait, you don't want to have a man-at-arms with 2 shields? Just kind of body blocking everyone? Now, here's a curio I almost never use because I never come prepared for it. You have to put antitoxin in that, and by doing so, you get HP and stress heal. However, I never bring antitoxin here because why the fuck would you? It's very... I
don't even know if there are any creatures here that cause blight, so...
Yeah. Now, by mistake, this is actually a really good team composition for a really old tactic that people used to do known as the meat grinder.
Yes.
Back in the day, before corpses were a thing, people would just frontline front row damage, and because of that, you wouldn't need to focus anything that would do back damage. You would just eventually wear down the team and bring those back people up to the front where you could hit them with your big sword.
Annihilated.
The implementation of corpses, however, changed that, and that caused a huge stink in the community. Like, holy crap.
A bunch of people got really, really mad.
Really mad.
It was really funny reading Steam reviews of people that...
I honestly think that's a bad gameplay style because you are not fully utilizing the game's mechanics, you're just exploiting a flaw within the system. So people that were complaining about that, I honestly think they were just mad because bad.
Yeah, like the entire thing is DOTs and move skills were completely overlooked in that situation before corpses were introduced.
Which is why it's really hard to say, which is why I'd like to work for QA and like discover and help out with discovering game balancings and things in the industry, but I also feel like the huge stink scene with Darkest Dungeon is proof that fans are not good QA testers.
No, they are not.
So I don't know if I should go into QA or not.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a thankless job either way.
Yeah. Oh man, this has not happened.
Back row leper, I love it. Yes.
I don't think this has ever happened to us, has it?
We had a back row crusader in one of the videos.
Oh yeah, okay, so I don't have to explain surprise. But yeah, this is actually really oddly fine. Because right now the leper is useless until I could get him to move up front. And the antiquarian, while they're not technically useless, is taking up a good spot.
Obliterated.
So let's get you back there. Now I've moved the Vestal there. Whoops.
It's okay.
Slight disorganization. On formation, knowing how to operate on the fly to get optimal swapping done is pretty vital, because there are a bunch of bosses that exist to fuck with your formation, along with some monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what a lot of people like to do, though, is they often make very versatile characters that could operate from any position, but I don't like to do that. I like having a robust team and just responding to what happens. Now, to go back on another topic, here's what I had a revelation on the meat grinder. The bounty hunter could just pull a dude up to the front while doing some decent damage with the hook, and also put an enemy in a position for the leper to just swing for the fences.
Provided the leper can actually hit him, that's a great strategy.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, because I got the really cool accessory that makes him easier to hit things, and then I missed.
Well, I mean, the cultist is kind of a dodgy character either way.
Yeah. Probably would have helped if I put up revenge as well, but
Give them no quarter.
I think with the armlet itself, you really don't need revenge anymore.
Well, it still does bonus damage, right?
Yeah, so I still keep revenge, but I mainly save it for, like, enemies with protection or bosses. I don't use it for general purpose once I get the armband. Also, man, see what happens when you get 50% plus healing?
Continually onslaught.
Yeah.
Destroy.
Like, it may not seem like much, but numbers are naturally low in this game. Having 5 healing across the board is incredible.
Have you given any thought to showing off healerless runs?
A spark without
I mean, I know you're like a giant sissy boy, but
Ew. I protect my investments, damn it. I could do one, because really a healer run just means you're filling up your larder and getting self-heals. I just don't think it's any fun, because it's kind of a time waster, honestly. The big thing about having no healers is if you're going to be reliant on characters with self-heal, they're going to be wasting their turns healing anyway, so it doesn't really mitigate much. It really just comes down to tedium. It's a challenge mission for sure, but it's a slow burn of a challenge that I don't like.
I don't know, I never really thought it was that big a deal. Like, I've done, champion missions healerless, just having like an arbalist and a crusader with the...
An arbalist is a healer. What are you talking about?
It's not about keeping people topped up on health. It's just about keeping people alive and doing damage. That's the entire point of the healerless run.
I guess, but I honestly see the arbalist as still a healer.
The arbalist is not a healer.
They snowball heal really well, honestly.
She's a good healer supplement.
She can't heal on her own, but in a long-winded fight, she can keep up with a Vestal on healing once she gets, like, the buff revved up.
Mm-hmm.
She's not, like, a main healer, but I honestly find her more reliable than the occultist.
I find the occultist to be great in every situation.
The occultist is fine, but I just feel like you can't depend on him to come back from the grave. While with the arbalist, I can just be like, oh, if somebody's near death, I just need 2 or 3 turns, it's fine. Meanwhile, with the occultist, I'm like, okay, heal, fail, fuck, heal, fail, fuck. And this goes on sometimes.
You could kind of offset the RNG of the occultist by stacking him with healing trinkets.
See, I am really interested in that, because I've been doing that a lot in my personal save, and I've never had a 0 heal when I do that. So I'm kind of curious if healing items are multiplicative or additive.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because if you don't know, the occultist heal is a high power heal, but it has a range of nothing to maximum, which means if it was a multiplicative heal, if the healing items are multiplicative, you would still have the off chance of doing a 0 heal.
Right.
However, I have never had a 0 heal whenever I put a item on a occultist. I just have really low heals, which leads me to believe that the healing accessories in this game are additive, where they take a percentage of the heal you normally do and just add it on.
And that might be the case.
From our lands.
But yeah, I don't know for sure one way or the other, honestly.
It's very hard to tell. Like, we would need to ask either the developers themselves or a code monkey if that's the case.
The way is lit.
Or
the path
just
is clear.
lock myself in a room and get really scientific with this.
That would be interesting, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do that, but that is an option.
That's why I said ask another code monkey, because I don't think any of us are willing to do that.
No.
A devastating blow.
2.5% chance to crit and you land it. Good job, Hankasha. Come on, do the funny thing. You're not gonna do the funny thing. What I wanted to do was... What I like to do, just because I'm kind of a sadist, is whenever I could kill someone with the hook, I like to, because I feel like I'm fishing.
God damn it.
It's just a really grisly mental image that I like to see.
I think that new avatar of yours is getting to you.
Probably. So this is kind of a tedious position that we're in, just because that dude with the shield now has 58 goddamn protection. So all our damage is more than halved, and this is gonna take so long.
That's why you rev up the leper.
And we do technically have protection Ren with Great Evil King. It's just not great. It's good, like it makes a difference, but it's slower.
But it's better than nothing.
It really is, quite frankly. There we go.
Yeah.
So we brought it from 56 to 46. It's still half damage.
But at least he can't dodge anymore.
Yeah. Oh no! A dude with a heavy shield and 0 dodge has even less dodge. Also, wow! Revenge made a pretty damn big difference.
Yeah.
Good job.
And that's without the leper even taking advantage of the mark.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
So I will say this, this batch of recordings made me think, wow, I was wrong about the leper. Holy shit.
I told you were wrong about the leper.
I think it was back in the day, just in general, I was really unlucky. Maybe now that I know what I'm doing, he's actually a lot more viable than I gave him credit for.
Well, a big thing was that during early access, the leper had damage that was pretty much comparable to the Hellion. And after the full release, they basically just increased leper damage across the board. So that might be...
Yeah, because honestly, the, fucking... I go to image boards to just troll around, get advice, look at things, and back during early access, people actually considered leper to be E rank on tiers. Just because... Really? Yeah, because he didn't have... Because he was the same damage as a Crusader, however, the Crusader had utility. And the Hellion did more damage back in the day, so people did not like the leper back in the day. However, now he feels like a brick shithouse of pain.
Yeah, leper's great. Oh yeah, gotta top off that torch.
Oh yeah.
Look out, we got 2 jellyfish and a fishman.
I don't want to take any more stress
freak
damage.
the fuck out.
I like fighting in the light. I think you'll appreciate the fact that I actually paid attention to the meter, and I kept the torch at 76 so I wouldn't waste a torch. Now that is proper min-maxing, folks.
Oh my god.
I know you don't like it, but whenever I play this game, losing a character in this game hurts in the fact that you put so much money in this son of a bitch and then he just dies from a heart attack and you're like, fuck everything.
That's the way the game is meant to be played.
I know, but I still don't like it. I'm a very risk-averse person. I'd spent 2 years in college researching OSHA and safety standards at work. So I'm gonna play this very safe and close to the chest as possible.
Okay, but let's just look at this for just a second here. You made the thread tag the Dark Souls you died thing.
Yeah, this is true.
And yet you have taken every fucking precaution to make sure no one will ever die.
I think I wanted to use Slayer, actually, but then they replaced it with You Died, which kinda disappoints me.
Well, really?
Yeah, Slayer's not a thing anymore.
Oh.
I love that graphical glitch.
Back to the Shadow Realm.
Where the hell did we come from? Ah.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Oh yeah. Make sure that torch is right up there. Ooh, nice.
Sorry about that phone call, I'm back.
Oh good. Throw away the key.
No. There's always the off chance. I want money.
You were the one that was constantly extolling the virtues of the fucking bus. You gotta upgrade your fucking hospital, right?
Oh, what the? I thought you said extolling the virtues of a bus, and I was like, what are you talking about? That was so weird.
Another one falls.
But yeah, we haven't talked much about the jellyfish. The jellyfish is a weird enemy because it is purely a crowd control enemy. It does one of two things. It could bleed you, which is a minor inconvenience to me, but it could also stun at a really high rate to be at that.
Yep.
So while I don't often focus on it, any character that can kill it, I will try to kill him. However, in this circumstance, I kind of want to focus on the fisherman first, because it's a goddamn fisherman.
Yeah.
A decisive pummeling.
A critical hook? That sounds mortifying. So, Chitlin, let me tell you about a fish I caught that was this big.
Did you also have a sword?
Yeah. I mounted that sword on my wall along with the fish.
Wow.
Illumination is such a weird skill. Last video I did kinda throw it under the bus, but I do make use of it when I have it. Like, it's a great alternative to Retribution, if you don't have that. And that fish had a lot.
Wow.
I kinda really want that Beast Slayer's ring. I don't use them as much as I should, but I definitely want it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to, like, the Warrens, they're good to stick on a few people.
Yeah, it's something I should do more often, but I don't know, I never use specialist skills because I think, why do that when I could do something that's just in general better?
Yeah.
It's a weird mindset that I have. I always like to either make the sharp knife... I like to make the sharp knife sharper, and I like to be prepared for anything. So anytime I have situations where it's like anti-X, I rarely use it as intended. Like you said before, why did I bring a Plague Doctor to the Weald when he can't really cause blight? I don't really think about that. I think, hey, the Plague Doctor's a healer, it's good at stunning, I'll use it.
And yeah, like, a lot of classes in this game are at least versatile enough that you can take them out of their optimal areas and they can still do some good. But, I don't know. I can still question why you would bring a Plague Doctor.
I told you before, it was to get rid of the blight from people in the Weald. But yeah, it would be better if I had fine-tuned it. Wow, how'd you miss a... Well, then again, have you ever tried to punch a fish?
Once it didn't end well.
It bit you?
It sort of just flew out of the boat right back into the sea. It was kind of weird.
And then it grew arms and legs and started trying to hunt you back. But yeah, fucking... I don't know. It's always weird because I really should fine-tune more to circumstances. Like here, Blight would be a good thing to have here, and I shouldn't bring anything anti-bleed, which I kinda did. But here, the Plague Doctor would actually probably be good as well. And yeah, we get to see just how good the hook and slice really is. Like, I'm kind of surprised at how well the bounty hunter and the leper work together. Like, that is a synergy I just never noticed.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Now, that Cthulhu statue, if I had kept the holy water I found in the dungeon, I believe that's a damage buff? I know it's a buff of some kind, but I never use that because I never bring holy water down here.
I have no idea.
Once I get the info post up for the Cove, we'll know what it is for real, but until then, I haven't written that yet. Sorry, guys. Oh, no.
Oh.
Guess what the rest of the video is?
Killing Shieldman?
I am basically trying to escape from jail with a rock hammer. That movie was really weird when I think about it.
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah. I actually saw it for the first time like 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
Never really realized how many things other pieces of media quote that movie.
Strangely, the only thing I can think of is a game I LP'd a while back, Stolen, actually referenced the Rita Hayworth poster. But beyond that, I can't really think of much that's ripped off the Shawshank Redemption.
It's basically cable television comedies like Family Guy, American Dad, Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that do the obvious thing.
Right.
Yeah, this video, the last 4 minutes is basically me just wearing down these two jerks. And they're not a threat in any means. Like, look right there. He had nothing to do, so he passed.
Oh yeah, those guys don't have any way to move forward, do they?
No, they do not. And they don't have any other attacks in the back row, so if you find them in any means threatening, which I wouldn't see you do, push them in row 4 and all they could do is guard people. They can't do anything else. But honestly, I hate them because they could guard.
Right.
Also, I kind of wish I would be having a webcam with my recordings, because every single time I'm doing commentary, I just kind of pantomime things. So I feel like a lot of my emphasis is lost.
Would be a really bad idea.
Yeah, probably. God, I've tried watching streams of this game, and I just can't because people are so obnoxious with the webcam. I think the only thing I remember watching was a video of a stream where some dude was fighting a boss, and at one point he gets so mad he breaks his keyboard and almost breaks his computer. Which I honestly think is I think that's a show. I think that was,
I don't see how you could get that angry over video games.
Well, people have rage issues, but I don't know. I'll be sure to link the video with this update, but I honestly feel like that thing was a hoax. Because I jokingly say this, but I honestly do play this game to relax sometimes. And people think I'm crazy because of it, but like, this game is fun. I don't see how people get mad at it.
This game's really good.
Conversely, I've been playing XCOM 2, as I mentioned in past episodes, and that game, oh man, that's such a stressful game. You wanna know what that game did? They took a mechanic from D&D, like high-level monsters called legendary actions, and they gave them to a bunch of bosses, and that frustrates me. And I feel like if that was in Darkest Dungeon, that would be even more threatening. Could you imagine a boss that acts every time one of your character acts?
Oh god.
But yeah, that was effectively a milk run. I'm trying to get supplies and shit to further my ambitions.
The things are driven back.
I believe I actually get like 20,000 here. Let's see.
Let's watch this slowly count up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got 18 little dish plates. It's 1,900. Close, or 19,000. Close, but no cigar. What's
Well,
in
I mean,
the box?
you at least, got back a lot of the money you spent.
Yeah. I believe next video we're going to the Warrens.
Oh. Happy
Yay.
day. Back to the fucking sewer.